Hello, assalamu alaikum. We're back again with our cool setup once again.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling today?
Well, the same I felt. Same I felt the last episode. I'm feeling great. How about you?
Great, alhamdulillah. I'm feeling good. I just enjoyed your British accent a few seconds ago. Do you want to do something for us?
Can I do it like the whole episode or something like that?
I would love that, but maybe it will be tricky for me to understand in between.
I feel like you're good at it. You'd be able to understand me.
Can I get like an
I feel like
impression?
all our British team
Yeah, they're hated.
They're cringing.
Do you think you can mimic our CEO?
Well, he talks quite fast, so I can't really. It's really hard.
You're good at it though.
Yeah, wicked. Yeah, wicked.
Oh my god, I love. You know, the first time I messaged him
Yeah.
about the job or something, and then I was like, yeah, Shaz, like, can you? And like, he took everything in, and he just said wicked. And that was my first time ever hearing wicked.
Yeah.
But now that we have all the wickedness out of the way, well, let's talk about, signs that one is ready for marriage. What do you think are a few signs that, one can take the plunge?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should start this by asking you, are you ready for marriage, Issa?
Yes. That sounds like I'm not, right? Like I'm being very like, yes.
No, it just sounds like you're very single.
That too. That is true.
You were so fast to answer that. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I am. Yeah. I mean, yeah, again, in the last episode, we spoke about like we need to be more open about this.
That's true.
And it's super wicked to talk about, marriage and, singlehood and girlhood and blah, blah, blah.
Wicked, bro.
So, yeah. Did you just say wicked again?
Yeah. I said wicked, bruv.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Well, I'd say like you can't really define that you're ready with a few signs. It's really like a big decision for
it's
sure.
A whole wheel.
So absolutely. Yeah. So you can't really like put them in like 10 signs. Did you get me?
Yeah. It's not 5, it's not 10.
Absolutely.
I love this. I'm so attracted to Arabic and British accents. So
I thought you liked the French accent.
I don't. I think I like the British. I think I like when someone says love and darling and let's watch the telly.
Oh.
Yeah.
You'd like a fizzy pop drink.
Oh my god.
There, see? I wrote in our coded ticket, fizzy drink. I thought you would like catch on that
I don't. You are full of surprises, by the way. You're full of surprises.
Thanks.
We have to dive a bit more into how do stuff like this fizzy pop drink. Like why does your brain even like register that? Like how
do you know
it?
Like chunks?
No, but I do know Shaz was talking about Chunks getting married.
Chunks is a big deal. Now he's like getting into Saudi as well. Like I watched all of his videos growing up, and he's
growing
really
up?
Yeah, he's been making videos for ages.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
and he's super wicked. I love his videos.
We're trying to like talk about is the signs, the whole wheel, the whole circle. Some things which define that if you're ready for marriage or not. What do you think are some of those signs?
Well, like we already said,
Yeah.
definitely we cannot have them only in like a few signs.
Yeah,
it's
like
a
not
very
like a
big
checkbox,
decision.
yeah.
It's a very big decision, and you'll have to like do a lot of reflection and thinking and getting to know yourself better to be able to spend the rest of your life with someone else.
Yeah.
So I think marriage is, you do learn a lot about yourself after you get married. So
Yeah.
a lot of these signs maybe you'll realize after.
Yeah.
But I think it's good to maybe ask yourself these questions or
Be aware.
and also like imagine your 19-year-old brother is coming up to you and he's like, I want to get married.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be like, and then you're going to start asking him some questions like, the first one we have here is, well, are you emotionally stable?
Yeah.
So are you able to like go through those hard conversations and not flip with with every like disagreement you have with your partner? I think that's a huge thing.
But okay, so it's so great that you brought up this as the first topic, first sign or like the first one of the most important factors, because I feel like emotional maturity or emotional intelligence is like the big umbrella under which other stuffs like patience, compromise, and how to handle arguments,
Absolutely.
anger, and living with another person kind of come in. So
and controlling your reactions, I think, is a big
so
thing.
that you don't hurt the other person to the point where you damage your relationship at any point in time.
Yeah.
Whether,
And a
like,
lot
it's
of
early in the marriage or later, right?
Yeah, that's scary, especially if you're not realizing that you're hurting the other person.
Yeah.
And then like after the damage has happened, then you realize
It's
like,
too late.
oh yeah,
It's
that's
too late.
scary to me. So definitely being aware of your like reactions to things
Yeah.
and how you deal with them is
Yeah.
super important to reflect on before deciding to get married.
Yeah. What else? What else do you think? What would your other top 2?
Oof. So I'm imagining my little brother coming up to me. I'd be like, are you able to like handle this responsibility? Because it's a huge responsibility for both parties.
Yeah.
Like for a male and a female. So you're handling a whole house.
Yeah.
You're handling a whole life together and how to manage it, how to balance.
And I have to add, like, when you say responsibility, I literally feel like, a lot of times it's only people only talk about that the guy only has the financial responsibility to provide, but I feel like responsibility is much more than that. Responsibility is even, like, again, as you said, I feel like it goes back to your first point, that it's about taking care of another person whilst taking care of yourself, knowing how to lead a family, knowing how to handle even like a small thing, like, oh, maybe you both don't like eating the same bread for breakfast.
Yeah.
So how do you handle that? It's so silly, but then I feel like, again, those small things, they can build up. If you don't know how to handle conflict and you don't know how to handle responsibility that comes with marriage, and then
not to mention like taking responsibility for like things, for your actions, for your wrongdoing,
being accountable.
Exactly. That's huge. So I think a big advice to my imaginary little brother coming up to me would be like, try handling some responsibilities just to test it out. Maybe at work, maybe at school.
Yeah.
Just test where you're at when it comes to handling responsibilities.
No, I love that. I love that. Something else I feel like is super important is, like, at times I feel like youngsters, when they fall in love or whatever, and they're like, "Khalas, like, yeah, we want to get married," and that's what Islam instructs. Like, oh, at times they use that card, like, oh, let's make it halal and blah blah, but maybe the other things are like not sorted in their life. And I feel like you should also go back and see that yes, Islam does instruct that you make it halal if you find the right person, but also, are you, again, it comes back to like, do you understand that when you're marrying someone, you also have to make space and commitment to them for life. You have to make space with respecting their family, maybe background, family problems, family, maybe they have some responsibilities, or and it goes both ways, the girl and the boy. At times, like, I feel like this is so common, it's like a big point of debate, like for girls, that, oh, we don't want to live in the family home, which I agree, it's your haq, it's your
right.
You can request your separate accommodation, but many times, and especially given the economy that we're all living in, initially, maybe for a year or something, it might be that, okay, maybe you both have to adjust. Maybe your house is being built, maybe you guys are like just still accumulating, especially because if you've taken that plunge of getting the nikah done and it's halal and stuff. So even being able to understand that. And also, I feel like with that, I have to add that I feel like a lot of people I've seen around me, or maybe just on social media, people are always talking about how, yes, the guy has to provide because my dad was able to do this for me. But we have to remember, it took our dads 20 years to do that. So, ask your mom, when she got married, was your dad like he was rolling in money? No, he was not. It comes with time.
Absolutely.
So I feel like need to understand all of that also is super important for youngsters nowadays before they kind of play that halal card and the Islamic card and get the nikah done.
Yeah, for sure. Your dad was not as comfortable as he was as he is now when they both got married, so that's very normal. So another thing would definitely be the ability to compromise. Just because when you get married, you're definitely going to compromise a thing or two. You'll have to be ready to, this is for the greater good, and you'll be fully happy with that decision because you'll just have to. And a lot of the times, it's actually the girl that does this. She's the one that's compromising a lot more. And it's very, very normal. We've been through this for generations. For generations. Like, my mom has sacrificed her education, for example. My grandmother sacrificed her hometown, for example, and so on. So it's usually the girl, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because the return on that, basically it's kind of an investment, right?
Yeah.
The return on that investment is a lot higher, and you
I
see
agree.
that grow with time, for sure.
I have to, like, you know, literally how you said, like, you have to let go of things for the greater good. I feel like a lot of times we're so stuck on, like, our lists after marriage. Like, I feel like with people, like, oh, you know, it's supposed to be like this, or this is how I exactly envisioned it when I was 16. Why is it not like this now? It's real life. Is your life, by the way, your own personal life, the way you envisioned it when you were 16? No. So why do you expect someone to come in and fill all that whole, you know, I don't know, all those expectations, roles, needs, and wants? You have to. And also, I feel like one big thing I always say, or like tell myself kind of, or like I've, you know, spoken about this to my best friends and friends, that when you get married, try to treat someone how you would treat your best friend. Because, like, no matter how close you're to your best friend or whatever, you will never, like, try to mold them to something else. For example, okay, this is just a silly example, but my best friend, one of my best friends, she bangs the kitchen cabinet doors, okay, when she closes it. It's so annoying, right? Like, it's in the morning, she's making breakfast and she's just, like, slamming it because she doesn't realize it, right?
Okay.
Now, if it was, like, a husband and wife, and if the wife or the husband, either way, like, obviously you can say, like, don't be crazy, don't be cuckoo, like, can you just, like, be, you know? But if they don't try to make that an issue and try to change them, you know, because you never do that. Like, with my best friends, like, you know, someone has some quality, someone has something else, you just accept it. So I feel like some things in marriage, it's very important for you to accept it. Like, if he comes from work and yes, it's annoying, but he leaves his shoes, like, left and right caked at the door, but everything else is 10 on 10, just let go of that point.
Oh my God, yeah.
Just let go of that point.
Let it go. For sure. I feel like one of the best advice I got when I got married was just let things go, let things slide. Like, don't be too, like, in touch with the nitty gritty, because I know how us girls be, like, right? We, like, if I, and everything is an ick at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's an ick. But come on. Like, this is a long-term commitment.
Yeah,
so
for life.
Yeah, exactly.
Inshallah.
So maybe I change it from compromising to acceptance.
Yeah.
For sure. It's a lot of acceptance. And I think
it makes your own life easy, right? Compromising, acceptance. It makes your own life easy. Obviously, don't compromise on big things, like, which are like,
I was going to say
red
that,
flags. Yeah, don't compromise on the red flags, which are like big ones, like maybe a person if he stops practicing, or someone who's maybe emotionally or any kind of abuse, or, you know, is not providing you trust and companionship, which is why you get married to someone, then you don't compromise. But stuff like like, you know, he always leaves his sunglasses on the bedside table, or
it's like annoying, but
it is annoying, but like, would you, like, you love your siblings irrespective of when they do things like this, you love your friends when they do things like this, like, you're still enjoying life. And the reason I really feel like the reason even friendships they last is because, okay, you know, this one's a bad texter, but khalas, you still love her, right? At the end of the day, this one, I don't know, bangs kitchen cabinets at like 9 in the morning but you're like, okay, I love her, it's okay, she's giving me bagels for breakfast, it's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's
for sure true. And I think it's one of the purest, like, types of love is when you accept the person with all their flaws. It's just like you accept them.
I love that. I wish, I know it's easy for us right now to say it, but inshallah, I really wish that everyone's kind of able to internalize that, especially with their spouses and everything. Just because, again, like, it's very easy for me to say this, like, oh, you know, let go of stuff, but you know, maybe my siblings, when they watch this, they're like, oh, really? Like, you're pulling our hair when we don't do the bed or something. But so I feel like it is easy to say, but I really just wish that we kind of, you know, realize that the reason friendships also last is literally because you let go of stuff, and you kind of adore people for their quirkiness, or you know, whatever they do.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Cute. What other thing would you say is a sign?
I would say for me a big one, and I feel like it encompasses everything. Oh yeah, that's the word, which I started to say before, is kindness. So obviously I feel like Islam, like, for me, that's, you know, but also, like, you know, I feel like Islam at every point and, I don't know, chapter kind of highlights kindness. And I feel like if you're kind, you're literally kind in everything. So you're kind in, like, dealing with me, you're kind in dealing with family, you're kind in dealing with, like, you know, I don't know, your work problems. So when you're kind of like, your goal in life is to be kind and calm with everything, I I feel like it just makes life easy. If someone is kind, so, they're never going to be, they're going to try their best not to be rude or like, pick fights or like, be all of it. So I feel like if someone's kind and is on their deen, trying to, get better, even if it's like by 1% every month, I think it's like the formula for.
Absolutely. And we see like in the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how he dealt with his wives and how his wives were dealing with him, like the kindness and the gentleness. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says رفقا بالقوارير, which was, he was saying like be gentle with females. And that's like advice to every guy ever.
Yes.
Like you have to
that
be.
Is, it made me so, this again, like I feel like whenever we talk about anything related to Islam, it makes me so emotional. But literally when during the Hajj time, I was going to this one class where we were talking about the last, what is it called? The last khutbah he ever gave. Peace be upon him. Khutbah al-wada. So in that, he says it 3 times, be kind to your woman, be kind to your woman, and he repeats it. So for me, it also is like, okay, first of all, like he was our prophet, so he knew maybe where the ummah is going to head, what's going to happen. It was a reminder for us, and for especially the men around us, the men, the brothers, the fathers, that, and as well as yesterday when I was going through a hadith. Now in English, if I translated, it was basically that the best of you was best to their family. So again, that's what I said. I feel like Islam highlights that point. I mean, we know Islam is the way of life. We know it's complete. So again, we can always go back to anything. I feel like any problems we have, whether it's from marriage or anything, back to it, and we literally will find a solution the way the prophets or the sahabas, they treated their families and wives. But like, I mean, if I just, the smallest thing, how you said the khutbah al-wada, he highlighted that 3 times. So it is of utmost importance, I feel.
Absolutely. Gentleness, kindness, thank you and sorry, I think are key.
They go a long way.
Absolutely.
They go along with the marriage.
Another thing I would say is patience.
And
a lot of it. Well, it kind of comes with the compromise and acceptance as well. But a lot of patience comes also when it comes to dealing with disagreements, for sure. That requires a lot of patience. And this is coming from a person that does not have a lot of patience. What's the opposite of patience? A patient
impatient
person. Yeah, I'm a very impatient person. Yeah, very, very impatient. And I think marriage has taught me to take a step back, take a deep breath, and maybe rethink it. Like knowing when to step away from conversations and just simply saying, I'm not ready to have this conversation is always better. Like the damage I avoided, just taking a step back and taking a deep breath.
Like having the cool and calm, collected mindset is so important, because when you're upset, even if you're emotional or angry, any kind of that extreme emotion, heightened emotion, I feel like no matter what you do, you're always going to say something which was like not needed, maybe, right? So it's just human nature. And again, like if we go back to Islam always says, like when you're feeling angry or anything, just sit down, change your position, go do wuzu. So like, we do have, again, as you said, to the point. And then something I want to ask you, do you think it's important, because I know everyone tells the girl that, you have to be like just in the guy's family, and, you have to like learn how they like to live life, what they do on weekends, what they like to eat. What do you think? Do you think it's important for you, for the guy to be aware about your family's like, needs, wants, what they like to do? Do you think it's important for you? Like, does it matter?
Actually, I think for both ways, it doesn't really matter, especially when it comes to like the way they eat. I feel like that's too much. So like for sure, no, I do not think so. I feel like if anything, I'm against that. I always tell people, or like newlyweds, that always remember that his mother is his mother.
Love that.
She's not your mother. Same with his siblings, his sisters, his sisters. So don't try to make them your sisters, because you already have, inshallah, you already have yours.
You already have your own siblings.
So
I love that.
Sometimes just keeping your distance, you can avoid a lot.
The healthy boundaries. The healthy boundaries. I literally, you know what? The one thing, his mother is his mother. Your mother is your mother. Obviously, there has to be, I feel like, mutual respect and love, which comes over time. Respect is obviously there. Love comes with over time. It's natural, right? Like you love someone you've known for years. But I definitely feel, because with me, the problem is a lot of women, okay, if they maybe call the guy's mother, or like, they try to, like, I don't know, I don't know, fulfill extra roles and duties which are not their roles and duties. But then you're also like backbiting about it. I'm like, would you ever do that with your own mother? Like, you would never, because it's a mother, right? Like, it's so, you know, make that boundary. Don't try to like initially try to overstep it, try to overcompensate, because then it's always 99% of the case it backfires, right? Because it's human nature. And then you have one mother, you have one father.
Yeah.
Just keep it at that.
Keep it that way.
Keep it
yeah,
that.
for sure.
But obviously, if someone's giving you love, it's not that don't reciprocate it.
Absolutely.
Like, with me personally, like, just to share a small, like, personal story, like my grandfather, like my dad's dad, he was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful father figure to my mother. Obviously, an amazing grandfather to us. But like my mom lost her dad a year into her marriage, and she was not aware about it. And then like, I mean, even before that, so, and she has that much love and respect, and she was the one with him till the end. Like, he called out for her as his last words and stuff as well. So obviously, if someone loves you, reciprocate that, but don't try to overcompensate it in the beginning, especially for girls.
Definitely take it easy. And like you said, mutual respect is really all you need at the beginning, and whatever develops can develop later at its own time. Definitely, my in-laws are amazing. Alhamdulillah, I have such great in-laws, mashallah. Like, with your family, only for you guys. Nobody can, if someone has control on you financially, that will give you a lot of restriction. And I think a healthy marriage definitely needs that space, just to feel like you are your own entity, and you can work on like stirring your family the way you want it, without any like third party intervening in that.
So I guess a couple of what we discuss is emotional maturity, emotional intelligence, patience, compromise, acceptance, kindness, family, knowing how to deal with the families, family dynamics, and how to like maintain healthy boundaries. And I think the last one, surprisingly, I feel like people actually say that first, is financial stability, or like, having some kind of plan.
I feel like as an Arab girl, I should have said that first.
First, my MEHR has to be what, 200K?
Oh my God, in Saudi they go crazy. One of my friends is 500K. I'm like, girl.
No.
Wallah.
Your friend's MEHR was 500K Saudi Riyal.
Yeah. But she'd split it, obviously. She'd split it to her mom.
What is she gonna do? I want to be friends with her.
She got a new car. So a lot. Wow. Yeah.
Okay,
She didn't get married. She changed her life.
Yeah, she changed her life. She is halfway to being a millionaire.
Yeah, that's too much, and that actually prevents a lot of men from getting married, because they're like, that is
actually
crazy.
I mean, maybe it's a topic for another podcast, but we shouldn't make, that's another, you can say, topic for like people say, don't make marriage hard by making MEHR
insane.
So we're going to do a fun round where I'm going to give you 5 factors, and you have to rank them in 30 seconds from the most important in these 5 to the least important, okay? And you're just going to have 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Okay, deal. Ready?
Inshallah?
Yeah.
Bismillah. Okay, so patience, financial stability, trust, family-oriented, sense of humor.
Okay, first, patience, sense of humor, financial stability, and then family-oriented.
Okay.
What was the...
Trust.
Trust should be before family-oriented.
Okay, so it's
number 4 is family-oriented, and then financial stability.
Okay. So financial stability is last.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Surprisingly, actually, yeah.
You did good.
Yeah. Okay, I have 5 factors for you.
Okay.
So are you
I'm ready?
You have 30 seconds to rank them.
Okay.
1 to 5.
And I fix my hijab. Get ready.
Okay. Phone type, education, facial hair, and healthy lifestyle.
Okay. Healthy lifestyle, education, the facial hair, the beard.
Okay.
What was
phone
that?
type and height.
Oh, height and phone type.
Really?
Yeah. Phone type is like phone, right? iPhone, Android.
Yeah, is it iPhone? Android?
Yeah, that's less. That's less.
Yeah, you did really good. You still have 6 seconds. Good job.
Those were funny ones. Those are good ones.
Thank you. I feel like 30 seconds is a long time for this.
To wrap it up, I would like to ask you, as a married woman, you're newly married, but what is an advice you would give people out there who are, you think, ready for marriage, or looking to get married, but like some signs that they should maybe work on, or like become aware about?
Damn, I wasn't prepared for this one.
Anything. Give me a small advice. Literally, it can be a really small one.
Well, I think my advice all the time is istikhara, and then trusting your guts, like making your own decision based on what you truly feel, like kind of blocking out the outside noise, especially when it's decision-making time. Like, do you say yes or no?
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure, especially from family. His family, they're waiting. Everyone's waiting. And then you're like, I don't know. But yeah, listen to your guts and ask all the questions you need to ask.
Very important.
Be very, very open as much as you can, even if it's a bit awkward. I think, definitely ask all the awkward questions in the beginning.
So, do you want to, like, before we end the episode, do you want to give us your best British accent?
Oh, I'd love to. What a great idea. I love your ideas today. Well, thank you everyone for joining us on Beyond the Match. Absolutely a pleasure being a part of this podcast, truly. And I had such a good time. How long have we spent filming today?
I don't know. I think like 6 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. I have lost count. I think at least 4 hours.
It was so much fun, truly. I had such a good time. It's always a pleasure.
Do you want to tell people to watch us on their tellies?
Get your fizzy drinks, watch us on your tellies, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, and subscribe, comment. Oh my God, we're able to say this now.
Oh my God, look at you, a YouTuber.
We're like a YouTuber. Okay, guys, don't forget to subscribe, and
comment.